Hello, I'm Mike Kublin, the president of PeopleTek, and I'm really glad to get a chance to speak to you today on a subject that's really near and dear to me. And it's really revolves around courageous leadership and how to live as a courageous leader on purpose. And I break those down personally into 5 P's. That makes it easier for all of us to remember these 5 P's. And if we learn and understand how to apply these for ourselves and make them personal and practice, we're going to get better and better at it. The first one is passion. How do we live our passion, and how do we live it on purpose? And how do we get passionate about something? That's not something somebody could tell you. You need to be passionate about this. That needs to come from your heart. Something that's important to you, something that really gets you excited. If you've ever been in a job that you really don't like, you still need to look like you like it. So how do you get into that passionate piece? Well, you bring to that job you. And if you bring the best you forward with the way you do it the best and the way others need you to show up, that passion is going to come out. People are going to see it. People are going to feel it. Obviously, we all want to be connected to jobs that we're the most passionate about. And if you're really feeling down and in a job that you know is not really your strength, it's actually the thing that you struggle with most, you could either work at it to get better and better and better at it, or decide for yourself it's time to make a move. Now that takes risk, that takes courage. How do you start moving closer and closer and closer to the job or the career that you're the most passionate about? And if you're not passionate, people pick it up right away. They say, I really, because you're not putting as much effort and energy and emotion into it, and people can see that. And if they see that, that means you're showing up and you're really not giving them all they need, and you're really not getting all you need out of that interaction. So really go by those feelings, go by what's going on for you, and hone in on, are you passionate? Do you feel the passion? Are you demonstrating the passion? And is that the life you're living in your career? The second P is planning. Do we have a plan? Is that plan being done on purpose? And what I call a plan is, do you have a vision, a mission, a goals, and measures that you can take and implement everything you do in your career to? So you got your passion, and then you have your plan. And if you have a plan and knowing and a direction of where you're going and how you're getting there, you're going to feel a lot better about your career and about your day-to-day life. And you can align all your priorities to that plan. The third P is that of persistence. We can all say we have our passion and we have our plan, which is our vision, our mission, our goals, and we're living it. But what happens is there's going to be barriers and things that get in the way and roadblocks and different things that come up on a day-to-day basis. A boss says do this instead of that. You know you need to do something else instead of that. Well, or you just decide to give up. I'm going to give up on my vision because I don't know what it is, so I'm giving up totally and not really focusing on carrying it out anymore because I had a couple of stumbling blocks that crept up. Well, that's persistence. How do I remain persistent on the bigger goal? Staying focused on the vision, staying focused on the target, and keeping moving towards it no matter what the distraction is. Well, that takes a lot of courage, okay? It takes some courage to say, I'm going to go through this. I know it's a rough spot. I'm going to learn more about myself through this rough spot. I'm going to get myself help. I may speak to a coach or a mentor, and I'm going to say, how could I tweak my behavior in order to be persistent about reaching my goal? So that's the third P. The fourth P is profit. We're all in this to make profit, whether that's financial profit or emotional profit, and we're entitled to both. We should get both. We deserve both. So how do we get that financial or that emotional profit from what we're living? And how do we live it where that's something that is going to be a byproduct of the great work that we're doing? And then the last P is that of people. You must be able to deal with people to live a courageous and career and a courageous job and life. And that is dealing with all kinds of people, dealing with people that are your superiors, your bosses, your peers, people that are vendor partners, people that are strategic partners. You need to know how to treat them in their language. And you need to be able to show up for yourself that is in a very professional, healthy, honoring, respectful manner. So people I view as the most important piece, because we're always going to be needing someone else to help us carry out our vision, mission, and goals. And if we can relate and understand their needs and they understand ours, and us be able to communicate our needs and them understand our needs, we're going to be better at achieving our results. So to wrap up again, we have our 5 Ps. The first one is passion. Is it hitting our heart? Do we feel excited about it? We know when we are and when we are not. The second P is planning. Do we have a documented plan of our vision, our mission, our goals, and how we're going to measure our progress to it? Are we persistent, or do we give up at the slightest thing that gets in our way? And our next P is profit. Are we in it for emotional or financial profit? Either one is okay. Don't judge it either way. You're entitled to both, and you deserve to live a life that has both financial and emotional profit. And then the last one is people. Are we really communicating, including, delegating to, honoring the people that we work with, and are we showing up in a way that people will honor and respect us? If you learn and implement those 5 Ps, not only are you going to be more effective in the current role you have, you're going to be more effective for your entire career.